You have crawled into your dirty but warm burrow, and you are frantically afraid to make even a minimal movement outward. Your notorious comfort zone is by no means a luxury mansion with a pool. It is a stable, familiar pile of garbage, to the smell of which your limbic brain adapted long ago, completely registering it as the norm. Look truth in the eyes, without unnecessary illusions. Your daily life is filled with petty, mundane markers of total stagnation. Remember your usual evening. You arrive at your stuffy room, toss your greasy jacket onto a chair, and immediately lie down on a saggy couch to flood your tired, sleepy eyes with the blue light of a screen. Layers of ancient dust have accumulated on your baseboard. Unwashed dishes have been souring in the kitchen for days, and a dark stain from cheap tea has formed at the bottom of your mug. This is the physical log of your mental decay. But your central nervous system lazily blocks any alarm signals, soothing you with a slavish, pathetic thought. At least everything is stable. At least I have a roof of some sort over my head. I'll endure it. You sincerely believe that the strategy of enduring is a wise survival mechanism. No, it is a total unconditional capitulation of the individual before reality. You are simply slowly decomposing in your corner, while strong players take the best resources of the planet right out from under your nose. The rules here are simple. If you lack intellect, do not interfere. Let's break down your mundane figures. A tiny guaranteed salary, which is barely enough to pay the rent for your kennel and buy cheap food on clearance, is your ceiling. Remember how you enter the local supermarket. You do not choose products based on quality or taste. Your gaze automatically scans yellow price tags and red discount stickers. You calculate pennies at the checkout, frantically checking your bank card balance in the application, praying that the payment goes through without a refusal. You consciously choose this financial rot instead of growth, because real growth requires controlled pain, supreme efforts, and harsh tactical decisions. But you are too weak to endure even a 5-minute load on your central nervous system. It is easier for you to receive your penny payout once a month, curse your boss under your breath, and lie down on your saggy mattress again, scrolling through a feed containing other people's expensive cars. This slavish stability is the most dangerous drug engineered by the Matrix to keep the masses in the enclosure. You were given just enough resources so that you wouldn't die of hunger and could walk to work again tomorrow morning. You voluntarily agreed to sell your biological time for the price of plastic fast food. Errors in data are a defect. Your financial strategy is a continuous systemic defect. Look at your personal metrics. A flabby, rotten relationship with a partner in which there has long been neither respect nor tactical goals is another marker of your cozy zone. You moved in together simply because it is cheaper to pay for room rent and split household expenses. Your evenings are a joint, silent consumption of cheap food to the sounds of someone else's TV series. You do not develop. You do not build plans for expansion. You simply preserve each other's poverty. You endure reproaches, coldness, and a lack of respect because you are afraid of being left alone in the emptiness. Your limbic brain is frantically afraid of the stress of a breakup, and therefore you choose a slow, comfortable decomposition together. You have turned into two lead units, sitting in the same burrow, drowning each other at the slightest attempt of one of you to stick their head out. As soon as you think about abruptly changing your life, quitting your penny job, or launching your project, your environment instantly issues a viral script. Where are you climbing? Everything is fine and stable for us. Other people have it worse, and you obediently step back. Remember, this is a place of strength, and weak elements are not welcome here. If you lack intellect, do not interfere. Your dopamine synapse is completely burnt out by a cheap electronic surrogate. Every evening, the same scenario repeats. You lie down on your saggy couch and scroll through an endless feed of short videos for hours. Your brain receives microdoses of fake pleasure from contemplating someone else's success, someone else's travels, and someone else's money. Due to mirror neurons, it seems to you that you are also involved in this beautiful life. But when the screen goes black, you are left alone with dirty dishes and dusty baseboards. Your attention span is destroyed. You cannot hold focus on a complex task for longer than 10 minutes. Your memory has become worse than that of a goldfish. You forget what you watched 5 minutes ago. That is exactly why any of your attempts to start something new crumble at the very first difficulties. Your limbic brain gives the command, back to the shelter. It's safe there. There are reels and shorts. You waste precious hours of your only biological life packing the pockets of platform owners with your attention. You work for the Matrix for free, giving it your energy in exchange for the blue glow of the screen. Your central nervous system chose a slow decomposition in the corner because it is safer for your cowardly limbic brain. In the wild, the leader of a pack ruthlessly leaves behind those individuals who are incapable of keeping up the pace of expansion and capturing new territories. They are not saved. They are not pitied. They simply become food for stronger predators. You have already been left behind. Unit A, X3. You sit in a suspended state while your pockets are empty and your mind is burnt out by cheap dopamine. Remember once and for all, this is a place of strength. Platform algorithms, social hierarchy, and the planet's resources see only pure strength, an icy structure, and rigid tactics. The system simply does not read your whining, complaints, and grievances against life. For the system, you are an invisible dead zone, a consumable material. The collar of freedom presses against your neck 24/7 only because you yourself are frantically afraid to tear off this leash and manifest the primal rage of a predator. You are used to being led. You are waiting for ideal conditions, a kind uncle or a sign from above, but there will be no signs. There is only the dry law of selection. If you lack the will to gnaw out your space, if you lack intellect, do not interfere. Listen to my final order. You will never fix your defective brain, which is clogged with garbage programs, and you will never gain autonomy unless you start acting right now. Your only ticket out of this comfortable rot is the goods of the Empire. Access to strength in discussions and pure content is expensive, and there will never be freebies for weak elements here. The starting price for our closed goods of the Empire is already fixed in the discussion below this video. Every 10 people, the bar will be automatically and ruthlessly raised. The window of opportunity is closing right now. The time to buy has come. Before your place in line is taken by a more tactically competent player who processes information faster than your worn-out CNS. If you are totally broke, your path is one. Gnaw out your living space with your teeth. Develop your personal empire from scratch. Pinpoint cut out the parasites in your environment and liquidate any fuss. Communicate based on facts without unnecessary empathy. Either you buy the goods of the Empire and rewrite your code, or you remain rotting on your saggy couch to the droning of someone else's stream. The code is launched for execution. Inject this virus into the masses or be erased from the system.